Alright, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Bakakuras, to honor to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim Aqua for learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. Your brother Malak from GMS Detroit, another video for the Spirit. Hey, I'm out here on the job, so you're going to hear noise, Salakia. You know, them boys, them boys trying to cut through that concrete. But I got this lesson. This is from the elder brother. Man, I can't believe I forget it. I forget your name, brother Salakia. If you come across this, Assyrians DMV, right? Him and a brother, they went live last night, and lo and behold, y'all, I mean, you can't make it up. Here it is. Me and a brother did a stream last night. It was about Ezekiel 13, but at the beginning we had started, you know, with the Day of Atonement, right? The what's going on right now. Just a real quick brief mention before we got into our actual lesson. And last night we literally mentioned, you know, how something like this might happen. All right, but when we had started the lesson off, I was explaining how, you know, the Day of Atonement is a fast, right, and not a feast. You had some dudes who used to be in Cali, right, that were saying the Day of Atonement is a fast day, you know, and you go to Isaiah 58 and wash that up, right? But here it is. You have from IUSPK the usual suspects. That's what I'm gonna start calling them. Whenever somebody's breaking something down wrong, is either IUIC, IUSPK. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna start calling them the usual suspects. So the brother was highlighting how these guys went live last night. Let me turn my brightness up. Y'all, like we always say, man, you have a lot of Israelites. Y'all truly don't understand what you're a part of. These guys are going live last night at the start of the Day of Atonement, keeping it at the same time as us. Now, that itself is already kind of funny. Because remember, y'all, those that are in the know, we were supposed to have it some weeks prior. We actually, you know, it was a mistake, right? So we're having it now, you know, just making up for it, if you will, if you didn't already. So that's curious. At IUSPK, are y'all copying us? Or did y'all happen to make the same mistake? So that in and of itself is already curious. Okay, you're keeping it the same exact day as us. Okay, whatever, cool. Hey, you're keeping it good. But you're gonna see, y'all, as they're sitting there telling you not to eat and not to drink, we're in the Day of Atonement. What are they doing? They're drinking. And it's like, well, what the fuck? When did we step into the Twilight Zone? Hey man, I'm gonna let this play, you know, get some scriptures. This ain't gonna be long. Do as they say, not as they do. Matter of fact, we'll start with that one, y'all. This is many a Jake that have these fringes on, have these garments on. They have no idea what they are a part of, truly, y'all. Truly, truly, truly. Matthew 23. Ooh, I'm gonna start at 1. It says, then spake Yahushua to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do. But do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. And this is a clear-cut example. They're about to tell you to do something, tell you to fast, tell you not to take nothing, and look at the thumbnail. The dude got a whole bottle of water in his mouth, and there's no, and you're gonna see the excuse that they're gonna give, and it's completely invalid. So long of enough intro. Let's go.
Don't say why I'm gonna eat something, but no, fasting, you're not to eat anything, as well as praying and confessing and humbling ourselves, because that big cloud covered that mercy seat. So all the nation was praying at that time. Go ahead, sister, got a question. No eating or drinking 24 hours.
See, no eating or drinking 24 hours.
So they understand the concept, right? So they understand that, you know, no consumption of foods or liquids, right? But what are you going to witness with your eyes? Here it is. The sister had a question, double checking, just making sure. No food or drink, right? But then what are they going to do in front of the congregation?
It's crazy. And see, you see, I didn't know he asked the sister that's amongst them. And so she obviously saw Jake, Big Jake over here, drink something, and then she raised her hand and asked a question. You causing a stumbling in Israel. That's causing confusion, and that's another.
That's causing confusion. It sure is. Yep, 1748. Okay, so let me fast forward a little bit now.
See this video.
Now, so, you know, these are the brothers right here going live. I'm just going to fast forward. Because, hey, you know, I didn't, the brother caught this before me. I'm not special for bringing it out. I just wanted to do a little lesson on it real quick. So, they're telling the congregation not to consume nothing. And what are they doing right in front of the congregation? You can't make this shit up, y'all. It's hypocritical. There's nothing else to be said about it.
No, fasting, you're not to eat it.
Look at your man's on the right. So here it is. Your congregation is sitting in front of you, maybe potentially hungry, maybe potentially thirsty. And I'm going to just say this, y'all. If you're fasting regularly throughout the year, the Day of Atonement, actually doing the fast portion shouldn't be that big of a deal or a pain on your body. If you've been neglecting your fasting for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, then it might be. So that, you know, that's between you and the Lord. You know, sharpen that up. So it's not that big of a deal. Because really the greater component is the spirituality behind it. Hey, Elder Ariella did a lesson last night too. You know, even though we do these high holy days, y'all, we're hoping to be covered by the blood of Yahweh Shai. That's the more important thing. Yahweh Shai is our true atonement. No amount of fasting is going to be what gets us through the gates, right? It's going to be what gets us salvation and protection from the destruction that's coming. Yahweh Shai is that atonement. We simply do this, right? Because it's, you know, it's our heritage, right? Judges 5 and 11, rehearsing the righteous acts. So this should be more so of a spiritual thing. If you've been neglecting your fasting, it'll show. I'm gonna let it play, Salakia.
As well as praying and confessing and humbling ourselves. Because that big cloud covered that mercy seat. So all the nation was praying at that time. So it's just got a question. No eating or drinking 24 hours. If you're able. I mean, you're pregnant, you got, you know,
you see Jake face.
Taking medication.
See, he kind of said medication. He probably taking medication. Supposed to do that off camera though. Supposed to do that off camera. But the crazy thing is, that don't even that's crazy because.
So yep. Now we're gonna fast forward a little bit for one more. Then we get another precept. Cause y'all, you know, us being the teachers, the prophets, right? We have an extra weight of responsibility. The very things that we teach and get on other folk about, we can't be doing the same. Here it is. Hey, and you should know what scripture I'm going to go to, right? Here it is. You can't be telling somebody, don't be a murderer, and you're in the middle of decapitating somebody. Don't be committing adultery, and your dick is in somebody's wife's mouth, right? You know, she uses vulgarity. But if you're claiming to be a prophet, you're claiming to be on the level of a teacher, you have that camera in front of you, you have people under you listening and learning. You can't be a hypocrite in the sight of men, y'all. What the fuck? This is one-on-one. Come on now.
You put this on camera. Yeah. Watch. See, look. This is crazy. There it is. You talking about fasting, don't drink, don't eat. Watch this. What's the excuse now? And this is look. Day of Atonement.
So you didn't blew that horn. I'm guessing that's the signification that it started, right? And what they about to do.
Atonement, man. This was just streamed not too long ago. Watch. Jake busts out the yayan.
This is permissible for the service. You're carrying out the service just like this.
No, you're not. No, it's not permissible for the service. Where did it say that you're supposed to be?
And no, it's not, y'all. No, it's not. It's not. No, it's not. Like the brother said. No, it's not. Hey, I'm gonna say it. Them two dudes on the left and the right, y'all need to be fasting more. Y'all got enough body weight on y'all to go at least 7 to 14 days without consuming any solid food. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all need to go without that eating. Boy pulled out the big old thing of wine. You'd have thought it was some damn Hennessy in that type of glass bottle like that. Ain't no telling with Jake, man. Jake is crazy, man. But let me get this. When y'all, man, come on, man. We can't. Yeah, yep. Y'all, when we do these lessons, when we find ourselves edifying, when we're up in that position, we have to also abide by the very things that we're telling the congregation. Romans 2 and 21. Thou therefore which teachest another, teachest thou not thyself? Thou that preachest a man should not steal, dost thou steal? Thou that sayest a man should not commit adultery, dost thou commit adultery? Thou that abhorrest idols, dost thou commit sacrilege? Thou that makest thy boast of the law, through breaking the law, dishonorest thou the power? Right, y'all. It's hypocritical. So here it is. You're supposed to be a teacher. You're supposed to be up on a level. You're telling men what and what not to do, and you're breaking the very things that come out of your mouth. And it's not this isn't one of those instances. Oh, we're all men. We all sin. This is we have our slips and fall. No, bro. That was some straight up intentional bullshit. Like what we go to Leviticus. What does it say? Right. Leviticus 23. It says you're supposed to be what? If you Leviticus 23, and I just want to start what it says the penalty is, right? We know 26, 27, 28, right? Day of Atonement. If you violate, what does it say is supposed to happen? 29 and 28. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever soul it be that doth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. So here it is, y'all. If you violated on the Day of Atonement, ate or drank or just straight up didn't keep it, boy, you supposed to be banished and you was working, because it's treated as a Sabbath day as well. No work, no lighting of the fire, no sex, right? You banished and killed, man. So y'all, if we're living by the law, they supposed to walk you out back and blow y'all brains out, or chop your heads off, drown you, hang you, or just stone you. Whatever method is most convenient. So what are we doing here, man? A lot of you, Jake, you're not apt to teach. You don't really have a thorough understanding of what you find yourselves involved in. General Yohana let you put all black on, right? You showed up to a certain amount of classes and wrote your name down on a paper, so he gave you some rank, and now you believe you're an authoritative figure, and you're not, because if you were, you would not have ate and drink in front of the congregation while telling them not to eat and drink, and so like I said, they sitting there hungry and thirsty. They see you hungry and thirsty. What's to stop them from slipping off? They go wake up 2, 3 in the morning, go sip on this. So, well, they did it, so Lord forgive me. No, man, that's a bad example. It's a bad example, man. Man, Jake, man, you just knew it was gonna be somebody. You just knew somebody was gonna do something stupid, and of course, it's the usual fucking suspects. IUSPK. Y'all have to be actually, like, quite literally, I'm talking a little bit of shit, but it just seems like guys over there with like some actual, like, really low intelligence just tend to cohabitate over there. I don't know what's up with it, but we'll move on. There's just low processing power over there. I don't know what's going on upstairs, and of course it's the Baltimore. Oh, you can't make it up. So, like I said, y'all, this ain't gonna be all that long. Let me get this. We have to live by what we preach, y'all. That's why not everybody who can put on a garment should be teaching, because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're talking about. Yep, right here. Sirach 1:29. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Right, and this, in all areas of life. Here it is, even when we're getting on people in the world. You up in a nigga face in the world telling him the Lord gonna kill him, doing this and that, and you're doing some of the same shit he's doing. It doesn't work like that, y'all. We're held to a higher standard. You sitting up in that bench in front of the congregation. But we allowed to drink this right here, real quick. It didn't say that in Leviticus 23. It said if you violate, you'd be cut off from the people, and if you do work, you're supposed to get put to death. The Lord's gonna kill you. As a matter of fact, it doesn't say we drink any wine or water or anything after we finish the ceremony. It doesn't say that. So y'all, General Yahaname gave you that green light, but Yahweh Bashim Yahushai didn't. Right? Hey, and so brothers, man, we got to be thankful over here at Great Millstone. We have good teachers, y'all, because we ourselves could easily be, the Spirit could easily hop on the apostles, right, to be leading us dumb. But the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is on them and has been on them all these decades to lead us right, y'all. Right? Through having that faith in Yahushai guiding our steps, not just being simple followers of men. And that's what's going on in some of these other camps. Right, so that's it. I ain't gonna drag it on, y'all. Simply put, don't be a hypocrite, man. Fuck, dude. Hey, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Chakorash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. While Akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Shalom.